New revolutionary technologies are still to come. Thanks to the Fugle, you can already pay with your fingerprint. And this is just the beginning. The present, the future, the Fugle.
Okay, that would be all. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that.
Dave, listen, I know the new service is very important to the future for Fugle, but I'm a little concerned that we should spend more time addressing the security issues.
What do you mean by security issues? Are there any?
Not yet, at least none that we know about. The thing is, I'm not 100% convinced that the application is completely secure.
We are revolutionizing the mobile payments market. I'm sure we'll run into some small problems, but you and I together can surely handle it, right? Let's play. The success of this project is in your hands. Every choice you make will have an outcome on the success and the security of Fugle Incorporated. What should we do?
Fugle's such an important name. So, real world, budget, we've got a bit of a budget there, bear in mind when it's gone, it's gone. So, security for our app, what should we do? Well, many would pick release on schedule and address any vulnerabilities with updates, that seems to be fairly standard now. Outsource the third party, or postpone the launch of the app and work on it internally. I'm going to postpone.
Well, we can't afford any mistakes. So I think we should revisit the release schedule until we can work through this internally. I'll have to get approval from the CEO, but it's what we should do.
Sure, okay. Just keep me in the loop.
They are not going to be.
Dave, there's absolutely no way we can even consider postponing this launch.
Think of the reaction of the shareholders, the markets. Think of the negative PR. We have been hyping this launch for months now.
Okay, I get it. I'm not putting anything on hold. But we have to do something.
Okay, so do it. We're trusting you to make decisions like these and still meet the needs of Fugle and its shareholders. So what's your plan?
Okay, so what do we do?
Investment's gonna work on any vulnerabilities after the first release, that's a bit dangerous. Invest in some vulnerability scanning tools and training for the team. Go on then, let's spend our first cash.
We'll have to invest in some vulnerability scanning tools. That way the dev team can peer review the code and work as rapidly as possible. We'll have to invest in some training though.
Great. Do what you have to do in order to make this launch a success.
I think the vulnerability scanning tools are our best option. Our own developers know the code and they're the most qualified to fix it.
Okay, so I'll order the tools and I'll forward you the PO 10 minutes.
Great.
All right, thanks.
Hey, Randall.
Good morning, Dave. I'm afraid we've got a bit of a situation here.
What do you mean, situation?
The IT team has uncovered evidence that we're under some sort of targeted attack. Whoever's behind this is after credentials using some very credible social engineering. It looks like a number of our employees were sent emails that appeared to come from the help desk telling them to renew their passwords.
Oh, they didn't click it.
All right, how badly were we hit?
Well, not that badly at all, actually. Our web gateway detected and blocked the malicious URLs. So, we're safe for now.
Okay, great. So everything's fine. Man, you almost gave me a heart attack.
I said we're safe for now. I think we should look at how third parties access our internal systems. See, if that same email went out to any of them and they were compromised, then so would we.
All right, so you guys did great, but you're right. If somebody wants to get in, they're gonna. Where are our weak points?
Well, we can try segmenting the network.
Okay, but I'm guessing that's not 100% attack-proof.
Nothing's 100%. I mean, our weak point is still movable data, USB sticks, CDs, that kind of thing. Data has to go from one place to another.
Okay, so that's a long-term project. What else do we have?
Well, I would suggest extending a two-factor authentication to cover those same contractors.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just wondering if we can afford to spend that much money, you know, particularly with the launch and everything.
Well, if you don't want to spend any money at all, we can use our internal Active Directory to enforce stricter access policies.
Two-factor authentication. Yeah, segment the network. Use internal Active Directory. Doesn't seem strong enough. Maybe if we extend two-factor authentication, because that should negate any risk from losing the passwords, I would say. Segmenting network probably costs a bit too much.
Alright, you know, if the two-factor authentication works for them, it'll work for us. Let's do it.
Okay, consider it done. There's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about. I'm worried about our data security in general. I strongly suggest we start encrypting our intellectual property as well. This could be industrial espionage.
Okay, it has to be the right choice. Data security is important, but I don't have an unlimited budget. I need to be sure that our investment is addressing the real risk.
Encrypt the intellectual property, ensure that we're fully compliant. No, let's go with encrypt it, but we're bankrupt.
Damn, you're right. It's gotta be done. Encrypt it all. Just remember that my budget isn't unlimited, and after this, the pot is getting empty.
Thanks, boss. I'm sure it'll be money well spent. I hate to bring it up, considering the budget and all.
What else?
Well, I think we should invest in some breach detection technology. Remember that deep discovery POC we did last year? It's a new approach to security, and with this targeted attack is a new challenge. Failing that, we can have a look at our existing technology, see what else is out there.
A technology refresh?
Exactly. Get some RFIs out there, make sure we have the best-of-breed firewalls, anti-malware, intrusion prevention, the whole 9 yards.
Well, we can't afford any of that anymore. So, I guess the security manager it is then.
Sorry, but we can't spend another cent. You're gonna have to work with what you already have. I trust you and I trust your team.
Sure thing, not a problem. I gotta get going and make sure everything's running smoothly.
All right, thanks.
Exactly. So this is how it should work. Julian, how many journalists we already have confirmed?
It's going to be a great event. We did a call out this morning. As far as I know, only Phil from CB4 cancelled. That's a 95% turnout.
And CV4, it's not even our demographic anyway, so. It's a shame though, he'll miss the app test drive.
Test what?
Oh, I told you about the journalists we have coming to pre-test the app. You know, just a beta version, nothing to worry about. High-profile bloggers, tech and lifestyle magazines.
Why didn't I know about this?
Well, you were copied in on the thread.
You CC'd me? This is a really critical matter, this event. The code isn't frozen yet. It hasn't even been fully tested by our own QA guys, and you want to give it to the press? Are you crazy?
I'm sorry, but we thought you were up to speed with this and had no objections. It's a marketing thing, we have to show them something.
Vanessa, listen, I know that you think security is an afterthought, something we can just bolt on when the app is functionally complete, but it's not. Now, I'm not a marketing expert, but I do know that giving something that may be vulnerable to a tech-savvy journalist is inviting disaster.
Well, cancelling the press conference is actually making the disaster a certainty. There has to be a middle way.
Okay, we need a plan. This is a game-changing app. Coupled with the Hylar glasses, it's going to revolutionize the industry. But without a proper launch, it might not even take off.
For a limited app, then they might have negative reports, make them wait, negative reports, invite them to test the app in a controlled environment, that would be better.
Alright, we can invite them in to pre-test it.
I knew you could be reasoned with.
But only on the devices we provide and on our premises.
I'll do fine. Can you arrange it for next week?
No problem.
Thank you very much for watching our presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll now leave you in the hands of our capable team. It's really great that we let them come here. We're going to get some great coverage out of this. They love it.
Yeah, you know, it's really Vanessa's call, but I'm just not sure if it was the right thing to do.
No worries, we rock.
Hello?
Hello, Mary. How are you?
Hi.
How did you enjoy the event? Thanks very much for coming.
Thank you.
Mr. Stevens, this is Mary,
Mary Collins.
Skytech magazine.
Pleased to meet you. The app looks really great. Can I get one of your devices for real-world testing?
Dave?
You know, it's really nice to meet you, but I'm sorry, it's just not possible.
Why not? You want me to write a review, don't you? Well, a proper review means that I test it outside your controlled environment. Does the app actually only work inside your canteen?
Of course not.
So can I take it outside?
So what do you think?
Well, we don't want to annoy them if they're writing the review, so let's go for tell the journalist that you're looking further into the possibility.
Okay. Here's my card. Drop me a line and I'll see what I can do. Can't make any promises, though.
Wow, thanks. Thank you.
You're really going to give her the real thing?
I said no promises, right?
Okay.
You know, I just caught the edge of that thing right there, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Gotta go check the phone calls, boys. Be right back. Guys, just give me 1 second, all right? Hello?
Hi, great to hear from you. Finally.
Yeah, I was in a meeting. What's happening?
We're facing a small crisis. We're working on it, and so far I'm pretty sure it's all just a bluff.
Yeah, this blog's claiming to have access to our network, to our crown jewels. It needs thorough investigation. What's your comms plan?
Of course. Well, from a marketing standpoint, at this moment, we can either prepare a reactive statement or...
Or say nothing, right?
Exactly. No comment till we know what's going on, which is basically never a good idea.
All right, well, listen, we can't leave it without a comment because the rumor mill would eat us alive.
Absolutely. We need to get a reactive statement together saying that we treat seriously every claim of this nature and that we are currently carrying out internal investigation to see if there's any substance to it. But I'll need some solid facts from you. Can you give me any guidance when you'll have some detail for me?
Yeah, that's actually my next call. I'll keep you in the loop. Sorry to be brief, but I gotta go.
Of course.
Tell me, what's going on? Did somebody actually steal our data?
No, there's no chance that happened. All our bases are covered. That stuff on Pastebin definitely didn't come from us, and there's been no sign of improper access.
What if someone internal just spoke to the press?
Even if anybody did, it definitely wasn't any of my team.
Well, I never said that.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, we could run a quick data movement check. It won't take long and should give us some useful information.
Sounds reasonable, but will the quicksand be enough?
Well, we can try an external forensics team.
It's an unwelcome and unexpected expense.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if we do that, we're definitely going to have to reschedule the app launch. But wouldn't it be better to be safe than sorry?
I just can't believe I'm put in this position through hearsay. Damn.
Oh, we don't want to delay the app launch, but let's not change the schedule, but run a data movement check.
No, listen, we can't touch the deadlines. Just do the data movement check. Should be more than enough. I'll be there shortly.
Sure thing. See you in the office.
All right.
Oh, sorry, it's me. I'm sorry to call you so early in the morning, but we've got a major situation here. There's been a massive leak of customer information. I don't have all the details yet, but it is huge, and it's still in progress. I need your authorization now before I do something on this. What do you want us to do?
Wait, what?
Boss, the clock is ticking and we're out of timeouts. Please make a call.
All right. This is actually happening.
Well, the app's not live yet. Shut the servers down. We can't afford any more data to leak out the company. Pull out the network cables and call the police. Better to be safe than sorry. The app's not launched. We can always plug it back in.
Okay, just pull all the cables out and call the cops. I'll be there ASAP.
All right, boss. Dave, this leak is enormous. It's too late to stop it.
Did you pull the cables?
No, not.
My name is Sergeant Vic Harrison. I need to speak to someone.
Senior. Here. Please. Mr. Stevens.
Yes?
We need to talk.
Hi, I'm Rick Ferguson from Trend Micro. Thank you for playing our game. I hope you've enjoyed it. But if you're here, it means that something went wrong. But no worries, let's have a look at the decisions you made and see how they affected the outcome. Maybe when we're done here, you want to give the game another go, because I promise you, there is a happy ending. Okay, here we go. Your initial decision was how to address potential vulnerabilities in your mobile app, and really any of the choices could have been the right one. But unfortunately, the attacker never had his sights on your app in the first place. Of course, any decision that you do make could carry a financial cost, and if you don't plan your budget effectively, some important opportunities may no longer be available. Do you remember when Randall called to tell you that Fugle was the victim of a targeted attack? You were given 3 options here, and realistically, all of them are an important part of an effective security strategy. 2-factor authentication can limit the impact of stolen network credentials, but unfortunately, the attacker was already in your system. Effective security always operates on the assumption that you're already compromised. In the game, Dave was so focused on the security of the critical launch project that he lost focus on other areas. When he was offered the opportunity to encrypt either payment card data or intellectual property, it should have been apparent that there was far more data that needed protecting. When Randall went on to explain his further security concerns, you were presented with a few options. Now, depending on how you allocated your budget earlier in the game, only some of them may have been available to you. Of course, making sure that you're always using best-of-breed traditional security technologies is important, but new attacks require new defenses. If your solution is focused only on looking for malware, it may not detect the malicious activity. When Dave was on the golf course, he began receiving calls alerting him to the fact that someone was claiming to have compromised Fugle and stolen valuable intellectual property. In this era of widespread targeted attacks, even the hint of a successful compromise can be enough to cause serious financial and reputational damage. In situations like these, it's always best to be as transparent as possible, to have a statement on hand to deal with media inquiries, and to do all that you can to establish whether there is any truth to the claim. Dave talked with Randall about several possible actions that could be taken to establish whether the claim had any validity. Data leakage prevention technology may well highlight suspicious movements of data, but only if that data has been properly classified in the first place. In this case, the blogger's claim was nothing more than a rumor, so there really was nothing to find. When Dave was rudely awakened that fateful Friday morning with the news that Fugle had been breached for real, he had to make a snap decision. If there is any suspicion that a crime has taken place, it's vital that the scene be preserved. Isolating the servers without shutting them down will allow all available evidence to be examined. The horse may have already bolted, but in this case, it's still worth shutting the stable door. You've seen the damage that can be caused by a successful targeted attack. Today's cybercriminals are investing the time and the resources required to carry these out on an increasingly frequent basis. The reality is, if an attacker wants to get into your network, they will keep trying until they succeed. Effective security must operate on the assumption that breach will happen and requires timely access to actionable intelligence, allowing you to respond to and contain the breach before any damage can be done. Would you like to play again and see if you can succeed?